Happy Friday, everyone. We're so happy to have you here. Yay! For Q&A live streams. Yay for wave season. This is such a fun time of year. We're all thinking about cruising because we're all cold, right? Maybe not so much in California. We just spent the afternoon at the park today, and it was like 75 degrees. We've had a little warming trend this week, and it's been so good. But I am drinking a cup of hot tea because I'm a little bit on the chilly side right now. Our house just gets so cold, high ceilings, you know? It's good to have everyone here. Start typing those cruise questions in. We are ready for you. Tonight's episode is brought to you by our friends at cruiseline.com. If you haven't checked out their website yet, you've got to jump into the description of this video and check out all the great features. Some of my favorite things to do on cruiseline.com would be to go to the cruise tips section. So when you're looking at a particular ship and you find that ship, you click on tips. And people who have recently been on the cruise who have written a review have an opportunity to write like a really quick tip for you, and it's the best place to go right before you go on your cruise and you're like, okay, what do I need to know last minute? What are those great nooks and crannies on the ship? So that's one of my favorite things to do on cruiseline.com. Be sure to check it out. We had a great pre-party here in the chat. Some awesome friends here, a lot of our OGs. I see Tommy from Always Be Booked is here. Tommy, are you home from your group cruise? More importantly, have you recovered from your group cruise? You know what I'm talking about. I have inside scoop that Tommy had an extra super great amount of fun. We've got some awesome creators in the house tonight. Hello to all of you. Thank you for being here. Let's get into some questions. The gaming text says, hey CruiseTipsTV, did you hear that Voyager of the Seas is coming to LA in June 2021? I did hear that. So it's very interesting the way that announcement came about. Thank you for bringing that up. That is a wonderful topic to start our live stream with. So Royal Caribbean did not make a formal announcement that Voyager of the Seas was returning to the West Coast. However, the Port of Los Angeles cruise ship schedule populates cruise ships quite far in advance, and people in the know popped onto that website and found that Royal Caribbean's Voyager of the Seas has a very steady series of cruises starting, I believe it was June 2021. They look to be 4-night itineraries out of Los Angeles. Now, many of us were suspecting that this was true. There is some construction going on down there that looked like it was going to be able to accommodate a larger ship. So we thought that this might be coming. Now, I want to be clear that there is no official announcement from Royal Caribbean. I also want to be clear that from the way that the website is showing these cruises, they're 4-nighters. What that means is that you're probably looking at trips to Ensenada and Catalina, perhaps. Probably not the Mexican Riviera. I don't know that you can go to Cabo in 4 days. I guess you could do 1 day in Cabo, turn around and come back up. But it looks like they're going to be just Ensenada, maybe Cabo. But we don't know these things. This is all just speculation. But it does look like it's pretty darn official that they're coming back to the West Coast. So awesome. Great news. So excited to hear. Klaykowskis, they said, how was the ice show on Harmony? Ah, you guys, it was so good. Picture this. You're in a theater where every seat is a good seat because it's like a theater. It's like almost like a theater in the round, although it is a square theater, so you can sit on all sides of the ice rink. Not only are the performances amazing, but usually they're not super duper crowded. So my recommendation to you is to get right up there at the front of the ice rink, because when the performers go by you, you actually feel a whoosh of cold air on your face. You're that close to the rink. It's phenomenal. If you're an ice skating fan, if you're a hockey fan, you know what I'm talking about with that whoosh of cold air. Klaykowskis, it's the bomb. Do it. We loved it. The show we went to, what was it called, honey? 1979. It was kind of weird, to be honest. The theme of the show was just bizarre, but it didn't really matter because it was entertaining and great. I think there's probably some shows that are better than others, but it's totally worth it. Highly recommend. Elizabeth Leisure said, what excursions do you recommend for Princess Key or K? Honestly, Elizabeth, I don't recommend an excursion on Princess Key. I recommend you relax there for the day. If you're going to book something, book either a clamshell or a cabana and just relax and enjoy. It's a beautiful island experience beach day. Just do that. Aliza Ansari said, what things should I wear for dinner? Aliza, that's a great question. I don't know what cruise line you're going on, but to give you a really general cruise answer, most of the time, dinners on cruise ships are resort casual or smart casual, depending on where you're from. You might call it something different. So it's common for men and women to wear jeans, nicer shorts. Women might wear sundresses. Guys might wear like slacks and a polo shirt. On formal nights, elegant nights, wear your best nights, whatever your cruise line calls it. It's good to dress more elegantly. That can mean a tux for men on the very high end and an evening gown for women on the very high end, down to like my husband, he likes to wear slacks, a button-down shirt, a tie, a vest, something like that, but he doesn't even usually wear a sports coat, and that's perfectly acceptable, but don't show up to formal night in jeans. Hope that helps. Bethany H. said, what's everyone's recommendations for the best way to see as much as possible during a 5-hour day in Key West? Bethany, we recently made a video for you on the top things to do in Key West. Go watch it, check it out. It has a lot of great tips in it, or message me and I can send it to you. Fatima McCoy said, I love your hair. Thank you, Fatima. I'm actually going to ask you guys, you tell me what's different about my hair tonight. I'm not going to tell you. I'm very curious to know if you guys will pick up on it. It is something different. There's 2 things that are different. Let me know if you can figure it out. Fatima McCoy said, Lindsay said, Montego Bay, as scary as they say, going next year in April. Any tips for excursions? I don't think so. For most of the excursions, you should be fine in Montego Bay or Ocho Rios. Just stick with sanctioned shore excursion providers. We loved doing the Blue Hole and some rafting. It was really fun. But I wouldn't worry. Just if you're really worried, do a cruise line excursion. I think that would be totally fine. Lots of questions coming in tonight, Mr. Cruise Tips TV. I'm seeing a lot. Good to see all of you now. Mike and Cheryl are saying that Princess Key has a stingray encounter now at the private island. That's awesome. Hisham, no, we're not planning on going on Odyssey of the Seas yet, but we'd love to. It sounds like an awesome ship, but I don't have plans to right now. Emily Costa said, my family and I are going on a Carnival cruise in April for my stepmother's 50th and my husband's and I's 2nd anniversary, going to Cozumel and Grand Cayman. Any tips on excursions? Okay, Emily, for Cozumel, we love all the beach clubs out there. Our favorite is Nachi Cacombe. You've got to book that reservation in advance. A lot of people also like Mr. Sancho's. There's a lot of people who are in the chat tonight, I know, that have been to Nachi Cacombe and tell you that it is great. It's wonderful. There's also Paradise Beach. There's Chonkanob. You could also get a resort pass for the day. Lots to do in Cozumel. Jeep tour around the island. In Grand Cayman, we did the Stingray tour and it was really fun. I think you got to do the Stingrays at least once while you're in Grand Cayman. Dale Berriman said, how does MSC compare to Norwegian's Haven? I haven't been in the Haven, but there are comparison vlogs, Dale, and vlogs out there, videos like Yacht Club versus Haven that I think would be really great for you to read rather than me trying to kind of guess my way through it. I think that the Yacht Club includes a drink package, whereas the Haven doesn't. That's one notable thing that I think is different. I don't know if the Haven includes a butler, but I would assume it probably does. But I don't have a full report for you on that. I can tell you they're both wonderful ship within a ship concepts, but I will say that my understanding and my research has yielded that usually the Yacht Club is less expensive. Miguel Espinoza said, hey Sherry, loved your last podcast. However, it was really short. I usually listen to it while I drive, so I need at least 30 minutes long. Please help. That is so cute. Miguel, no problem. Yeah, that was an express episode. That was a 26-minute episode, and you're so right. They're usually over 30 minutes. Thank you for saying that. We'll try to keep them over 30 minutes for you. But we noticed that too. Kelsey, 123-530 said, hey, I'm going on Britannia with P&O and May to the Med. Do you know if the cooking classes are worth the money? Wanting to do the chocolate one. I don't know. I haven't done Britannia, P&O Britannia. Check out Emma over at Cruising Isn't Just for Old People. She might know, Kelsey. I see a super chat. Woo, it's bright when a super chat comes up. Pam Downing. Thank you so much. Pam, you just bought me dessert tonight. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you. Larissa Carroll said, what is open for lunch on the Carnival Spirit boarding day? The buffet, and if they have Guy's Burgers, that should be open too, Larissa. If anybody else knows what's open on Carnival Spirit, I'm sure there's more. Let's help Larissa out. Shannon H., thank you for the super chat and the cute little emoji. Adorable. Amaris Argueta said, I have a question. I'm from Texas, and for formal night, my husband would like to wear his boots and jeans with a nice button-down shirt. Is that appropriate, or will they allow it? It depends on what cruise line you're on. Amaris, I hope I'm saying your name right. Please forgive me if I'm not. I think that they will if you're on Carnival. I do. If you're on Royal Caribbean, I'm not sure. I would say the cowboy boots are fine. The jeans are the part that's difficult. But if you're cruising in Texas and that's a normal thing to wear in Texas on formal night, and I have a feeling it probably is, I would say go for it. But if I were him, I would pack a pair of slacks just in case. I know, Kelly, we'd love to try P&O over in Australia. Maybe we could contact P&O and they'd invite us over. That would be so fun. I would do that in a heartbeat. Michael Skidmore said, hi, I know we haven't talked in a while. I'll be 22 next year. I'm taking a cruise on Carnival Paradise. Yay, to celebrate your 2nd birthday. Any thoughts on birthday cruises? Michael, nice to see you back. Thank you for coming back to Cruise Tips TV for a 22nd birthday cruise. I think that's a wonderful way to spend your birthday. I think it's great. I think you should get some in-room treats delivered to your own room before the cruise and have a great time. Take some friends and do it. Adam Rogers said, when you are on beach excursions, where do you put your stuff? Are there lockers in the resorts or at Bennigan's, or Billigan's is what you mean, in Cabo? China Ware, thank you for the super chat. I will answer that for you. Mostly our strategy is to make it so that we don't need lockers. There are no lockers at Billigan's in Cabo or on Medano Beach at all. We generally leave our belongings on the beach chair. With that said, we pack very few valuables with us. The things that we're going to take with us in the water, we put in a little tiny waterproof neck wallet. Credit card, cruise cards, cash goes in the neck wallet. Camera comes with us. Everything else stays. We just don't take much because it's too much of a pain. Okay, so for those of you who guessed what was going on with my hair, I'm gonna scroll up and see if you guys figured it out. Wow, there's a lot of comments coming in, so I'm having a hard time finding it. Some people said that, Sarah said straight and strawberry blonde. I see a lot of people saying it's red. That's very, very interesting that you thought it was red. Okay, here's the answer. Number 1, it is straight. Tonight I blow dried it, no heat treatment after that, no curling, no flat iron. That is correct. Number 2, it is not red at all. However, it is parted on the opposite side and it looks different. The color looks different. So the color is exactly the same. I do color my hair. I get highlights every 8 weeks, but I'm at about like week 4 right now. So let's get back into answering some questions here. Julie Woodward said, on Princess, can you purchase the coffee and punch card on board? Thanks, Sherry. Yes, I think you can, Julie. I think you can buy those on board, no problem. S&K Cruising on vacay mode. I have a travel agent question. Do you have a travel agency you recommend for someone who wanted to be a travel agent? What details should I expect going in? Yes, S&K Cruising, I do. My travel agent recommendation, Wendy from Montebello Dream Vacations, is a travel agency franchise owner with Dream Vacations. I highly recommend her. I would like you to send me a direct message or an email though. Direct message me on Facebook over at CruiseTipsTV or email me, Sherry, S-H-E-R-I, at CruiseTipsTV.com and I'll connect you with her. B-Butt, going on Oasis of the Seas in September, is it worth it to get the bands? I think for $5 they're totally worth it just for opening your door. Totally think so. All right. Lil Car Chick said, which lines offer free deals where kids sail for free? I see it a lot with Royal Caribbean. That's the only line that I know does it, and MSC. Try those. Mike and Jody Stocking said, when booking excursions through Shipmate, do they let you know where to meet getting off the ship? Yes. If you're booking through Shipmate, you should be working through ShoreFox. Ultimately, ShoreFox is probably the one that's booking your excursion. They may use other providers. They should be emailing you all of those details, very specific, from the person who books your shore excursion. Larry S. said, going to Alaska this year on Princess, can you bring a 12-pack of soda per person? Also, will the cruise shuttle bus stop so we can pick some up? Yes, you can take a 12-pack of soda per person, and no, the shuttle will not stop. You're going to need to take a cab or walk or get that done before you get on the ship. Silver Veloz, first time here. I haven't seen your name before. Welcome, Silver. Nice to see you. Mexican Riviera in February. On excursions, what's needed besides your medallion and your passport? What did you carry with you? Great question. I'm going to tell you, but I'm also going to tell you to go watch our Mazatlan vlog because we show you what's in our shore day bag. Here's a little list. Water, sunscreen, your photo ID. I actually don't recommend you take your passport, but rather your driver's license. Cash, credit cards, beach towels, and any other essentials you think you might need, but not a whole lot. Keep it light. Don't take too much. And your cruise card, like you said, your medallion. That should do it. All right. York Ragsdale said, Cruise Tips TV, if you had to pick a ship, regardless of itinerary, Harmony of the Seas or MSC Meraviglia. If it was in the yacht club on MSC, I would pick MSC Meraviglia hands down because we love the yacht club product, York, and the yacht club is like affordable luxury. We don't do like the Haven on NCL or anything. We can't afford that, or else we'd be taking like 1 cruise a year instead of 3. So for me, when I stumbled upon MSC's Yacht Club, I was like, whoa, hold on. This is crazy pants. This is like for, you know, my middle income status. I can actually have a butler and a drink package. What is this? What is this witchcraft? Like, it's amazing. So, you know, if you could put me in the Yacht Club, I would be on MSC in a heartbeat. Tracy Davenport said, have you been on Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas? No, I've been on Liberty of the Seas. Great ship, not Indy though. China Ware said, what should we do in Honolulu? I don't know, China, but check out Robert's Hawaii for shore excursions and they can give you some suggestions. Marlena Bauer said, do people take medications such as Duckerol before a cruise going to places such as Mexico? No, Marlena, you don't need to do that. My understanding is you don't. I saw a question, I think it was from Eleanor, that said, can you take snacks on a cruise? And the answer is yes, you can. You probably don't want to take any raw vegetables or fruits or meats, but packaged snacks like packaged beef jerky, packaged nuts, pretzels, popcorn, you can take them, but remember, there's gonna be a ton of food on the cruise, so don't take a lot of snacks, just a little bit, maybe. More like for the flight. You don't really need it for the cruise. Ethan O'Neill said, best thing on the chops menu, filet mignon, Ethan, filet mignon. That will be the answer from my entire family. Hisham for hot. Welcome, Hisham. Cruise Tips TV. Oh, are we going on Odyssey of the Seas? I already think I answered that earlier. No, we're not planning on it, but you never know. Anything can happen. James Sablon said, we live in Jacksonville, Florida, fly or drive to Miami. If it was me, I would base that on the price. If I could get a flight for under 100 or 200 bucks round trip because you're in state, I would fly, but otherwise I would drive. But again, it would depend on the price. Up to you. Linda Stover said, I'm wanting to buy new luggage. Is it better to buy with a lock on them or buy locks separate? I don't use luggage locks, Linda, so I don't really have a huge opinion on that. But I would probably say maybe keep your locks separate if I had to give you an opinion. All right, Mindy Muir said, what is the best excursion for Alaska? Oh, Mindy, I can't pick just one, but I can think of a few things that we've really loved doing over there. I think that visiting Mendenhall Glacier in Juneau is a must. I think salmon bakes in Juneau are great too. In Skagway, I think the White Pass Rail is just the best. I love doing that. Max Thomas said, I'm getting ready to board Carnival Panorama. Do you think you should get off the ship in Mazatlan or not? Up to you, Max. If you want to make it just a nice relaxing on-ship day, if you've been there, done that, do it. If not, maybe go visit one of the El Cid resorts for the day. That could be really fun. Or take a city tour if you've never done it. We really enjoyed our city tour in Mazatlan. If you watched our vlog from Wednesday of this week, we did a turtle sanctuary tour that was also amazing with Princess. So kind of up to you. Serena Lipscomb said, any recommendations for Disney Springs going during your Port Canaveral stop? I'm so sorry, I'm not an expert on Disney Springs, Serena. Maybe our friends here in the chat can help you. Olivia said, which travel sites do you like the best? Hotwire, Travelocity. I don't use any of those for cruising, to be honest. I booked a cruise once through Priceline and I didn't like the experience. So honestly, I don't use them unless I have to. Kathy Price said, sailing on the Panorama in 2 weeks, would like to know if Rhythms of the Night is as good a show in the light of day versus the lighting involved with a nighttime show. I don't think that they do it in the daytime. I think that they actually do it at night, Kathy, in the evening, and then they take you back on the boat when it's dark. I have heard that Rhythms of the Night, from anyone who's ever done it, I have heard that they absolutely love it. I don't understand really why, because to me, I want to be over there to like swim in the water and stuff and experience Las Coletas as a beach day. So it must be phenomenal. If you want to do it, and let me know how it goes. Tina C said, last time I watched a live, I think you were going on an Oasis class Royal Caribbean ship. Did you find the amount of people on the ship overwhelming? No, we didn't at all. I couldn't believe how well they distributed 5,000 people on Harmony of the Seas. It was crazy cool. It's loud though. I will tell you, it's noisy. I noticed that. I felt that. As someone who sails a lot with Princess, I'm used to a more quiet experience, so I was like, woo, I'm a little overstimulated. I need to go to my balcony now. But I loved it. It was really fun. Ordinary Jess said, sailing to Mexico in April on Royal Princess, suggestions for sailing while pregnant. Oh, yeah. Ordinary Jess, I'm assuming you're sailing during the early part of your pregnancy when you're allowed to go. There's so many things I could tell you, but the first thing I want to tell you is to stay hydrated. And I also recommend that you take or buy bottled water instead of always drinking the ship's tap water. I personally get swollen from tap water on cruise ships, and I don't know why. Obviously, when you're pregnant, you're also sort of tending to get swollen a little bit more, like swollen ankles and things like that, especially in the later part of your pregnancy, maybe not where you are now, but I would recommend bottled water to you when you can drink it. There's no safety concerns with the water on cruise ships at all. It's my personal preference. Also, I would take C-bands in case you're experiencing any nausea. Get the motion bands for your wrist and maybe some homeopathic motion sickness remedies in case being pregnant, maybe you're cruising a little differently. And know where the medical center is in case you have any issues and you need to get in touch with the doctor. Just kind of scout it out early on. Riley Byers said, hey Sherry, can you ask for a window seat in the main dining room looking out to sea, or do you have to reserve it? You can ask, Riley, especially if you have like anytime dining, you can ask, but there's no guarantees that it will happen, but give it a try. Emily Costa said, any tips for a special anniversary day that's affordable? I know that's the question, right? Because if I tell you to get a couples massage, $350 later, it's like, woo. So yeah, I would say book a specialty dining experience. That should be under $100 for the two of you. That'll be a wonderful thing to do. And order breakfast on your balcony. It's usually free. Usually, not always. B-Butt, Nassau in September on Oasis of the Seas. Any recommendations that's not something everyone else is doing? I would say the Blue Lagoon is fun, not something everybody else is doing. Getting a day pass at a resort is also really nice in Nassau. Tiffany Farnham said, booked second cruise on Royal Caribbean going on Oasis in November. Want to book a cruise to Alaska next. What's the best cruise line to book? Can I see the bottom of Tiffany's comment, honey? Maybe if you move B-Butt out of the way. Sorry, B-Butt, you just got kicked off the iPad. It's Friday night, right? Okay, so you're not sure if you want to branch out and try a new line. Okay, so then, obviously Tiffany, Royal Caribbean offers cruises to Alaska. So if you're not sure you want to try a new line, stay on Royal Caribbean and build your loyalty. For you, that sounds like that might be the best solution. If you want to try something more sedate, try Royal Caribbean, try Holland America, try Princess, maybe try Norwegian. Norwegian Bliss is a fantastic ship. Norwegian Joy is amazing. You've got lots of options. All right. Alicia Fess. Sherry, I love you and your family. I'm addicted. Can't see the rest of Alicia's either, sorry. When I read just the top of the question and I stop, you guys, it's because Mr. CruiseTipsTV is trying to keep up on the iPad. You guys, there's a lot going on in the chat. I am sorry. We're going as fast as we can. All right. Back to Alicia. She said her husband and her are going on their first cruise in May. Best tip for first-time cruiser. Yes, Alicia, my best tip, if I have to give you one tip for a first-time cruiser, is don't forget to put your phone in airplane mode. I get DMs and emails from people who say, I wish we would have stumbled upon your channel before our first cruise. I got a $400 phone bill. Do not leave your data on your cruise. Turn off cellular data, go into airplane mode. Other than that, enroll in our masterclass and use the code ALLABOARD for $5 off. Go to CruiseTipsTV.com, click on the tutorials tab and get enrolled. You will love it. We have packing lists. We have planning lists. We have videos that will instruct you on everything you need to know if you're a new cruiser, and it costs less than a set of packing cubes. We would love to welcome you to the Academy. Cynthia Slobodnik said, 4 weeks to the Caribbean on MSC Divina. What should you be doing now? You should be doing all of your stuff on the website, the MSC website beforehand. You should be confirming your flights. You should be making sure you have your pre-cruise hotels squared away. You should be, what else should you be doing? Making sure your excursions are booked if you need it, and maybe start setting some things aside in your closet. All right. Lenice Howe, any recommendations on hotels near the port of Miami? What do you guys think about Miami hotels? Let's help her out. There's so many choices. I like Embassy Suites and Hampton Inn brands, just so you know, but I don't have a huge amount of experience with Miami pre-cruise. Nora W. said, would Carnival be a good cruise line to take a 21 and an 18-year-old on? Absolutely, Nora. Yeah, go for it. Ready to See World said, any tips for going to San Juan on Three Kings Day? I heard many things are closed and very crowded streets, hard to get cabs. Yes, walk up to the fort, walk up to the fort, make that your activity for the day, and just do that. Natalie Esber said, question, round trip California coastal from LAX, would you book port or starboard? It does not matter, but I think if I were doing it, I would book, I mean, if you're really making me pick, California coastal. I might go starboard, but it really doesn't matter, Natalie. Most destinations, it is irrelevant, to be honest with you. Steve Roth said, so we still have a little less than a year until we're there, but any suggestions or must-do items in San Juan? Yeah, I haven't been to San Juan, Steve, but everybody says you've got to do the fort in the morning, walk up to the fort in the morning while it's still cool, and then just go downtown and walk around. That excursions aren't really even necessary. So go downtown, go get a pina colada, go check out the beautiful umbrellas, do all the things. Okay. China Ware said, how is Carnival Miracle? We love Carnival Miracle. It's an older ship, but it's quirky and fun, China, and you can get great deals on Miracle. We do have, I think, do we have Carnival Miracle stuff on our channel? Yeah, we do. Search our channel for Carnival Miracle. S&K Cruising said, have you been on Royal Caribbean Cultural Cruise? You heard something new they're starting in their other countries? No, I haven't. That sounds fun. Raven Hamilton said, I heard the Vitality Spa on Harmony of the Seas sometimes raffles off. Sorry, Raven, we're getting there. Massages on Embarkation Day. Is it worth stopping by, or are we better off just skipping it and exploring instead? Raven, I like spa tours as part of my Embarkation Day experience. If it's as simple as going on a tour and putting your name in a hat, yes. If they require you to sit through a seminar, maybe not. Brian Medina said, hi, Sherry. It's great to know you were on Harmony of the Seas. My question, is it worth getting the internet package? You'll be on Harmony in 85 days. I'd say it's an absolute resounding yes on Harmony of the Seas. Great quality internet, very fast. Do it. Book it. Good way to spend your money. And the 3-night dining package too, Brian, is really worth the money. Great deal. Olivia Caziao, we're going on our first cruise next month. Where is best to book our flights? Through normal sites or a third party for cheaper flights? Okay, Olivia, what cruise line? I don't know what cruise line. If you're booking on with a line that offers Cruise Line Air as part of their package, like Royal Caribbean or Princess, consider booking through their website because they offer flight protection and it's wonderful. If not, I would do a, what is the name of that website that does flight comparisons for prices? First of all, set a Google Flights price alert on that sucker and watch the prices so that you can see what's considered high and low. There is a flight comparison website out there though that I'm trying to think of and I can't right now. Maybe somebody could help me out. But personally, I do not like booking through Hotwire, Travelocity, or Expedia because if something goes wrong with the flight, you have to deal with them and not the airline, and that is no bueno. I'd rather see you booking directly with the airline. Shannon H. said, are there high chairs in the MDR? Yes, there absolutely are, Shannon. They are available for you. Sarah Hecht said, do I have to print luggage tags ahead of time? Yes, you do. You need to print them ahead of time and staple or tape them onto your luggage tags or buy the clear plastic holders in our store that you can place them in. Go to amazon.com/shop/CruiseTipsTV. We have a variety of them in there as well for different cruise lines. News Chipsy said, is Royal Caribbean canceling cruises to China because of coronavirus? We don't know yet. I don't think they're going to cancel cruises to China. I think that's it's probably a little premature. There may be some particular port restrictions, but I don't see it happening. Isabel said, any ideas for Belize? I've done some research and still unsure what to do. The only thing I've ever done, Isabel, in Belize is Goff's Key, C-A-Y-E, and I loved it. It was great. We booked it independent of the ship. If you can't do that, I highly recommend you book a reef snorkel with your cruise line. Kate Patini said, we're getting married in September and are looking to book a Mediterranean or European honeymoon cruise. Which do you recommend between Princess and MSC? Love your channel. Depends on you, Katie, and what your cruising style is. If you want a more American experience, Princess is going to be good for you. If you want to branch out and try something more European, try MSC and book yourself into the yacht club for your honeymoon. If you're booking into the yacht club for your honeymoon, if you can afford that, highly recommend it. It's a great experience. And thank you very much, Katie. I appreciate you. Olivia said, we booked our first cruise for next month. How should we book our... Can't see that part. 1 second. Sorry, Olivia. We'll get there. Okay. All right. Oh, I already got Olivia's question. The flights. We're good. I'm just ready for Rebecca's now. Awesome. Rebecca Scott said, what is a great place to stay 2 nights before at a cruise out of London in the summer? Not a lot of money. Oh, Rebecca, I'm not sure about London. Let's see if some of our friends from the UK can help us out with London hotels for 2 nights before. Julie Woodward said, another Princess question. You mentioned the cocktail of the day is just one you choose. Is this just one you choose or select a drink? Yeah. No, Julie, I just pick that. So it's something that I've tried and I particularly enjoyed and I just think it's fun to talk about. And it's kind of a tradition. Stephen Ames said, going to Barcelona, what's the weather like in October? It should be sunny and very pleasant, Stephen. Not super cold, but pack for, you know, fall-like weather. Vera Kidd said, hi, I love your show. Going on Symphony of the Seas, May 9th. Any tips? Oh my goodness, there's so many things you can do on Symphony of the Seas. I would definitely recommend you try out the specialty dining, get an internet package, and do not try to do too much. You could exhaust yourself and overschedule yourself, so take it slow. Becky Hopper said, best time of year to cruise to the Mexican Riviera. Personally, I like early December, Becky. I love it. The water is still warm. The water gets cold down there in February, chilly. So I like December. However, if you want to go during whale season, you want to go January through April, okay? Yeah. Ethan said, Cruise Tips TV, best thing to order at Chops, filet mignon for sure. The Bella Texan said, we're going to the Caribbean, Liberty of the Seas. Do cruises have yoga classes in the gym? Typically they do, yes. Typically they do. You may have to pay extra for them though. Groomer Girl Bruner said, I have steakhouse reservations on Carnival Panorama. What can I expect? Menu, service, etc. Oh, how fun. Wonderful. So what you can expect is a wonderful, great value on a steakhouse meal. You should be able to order an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert with the price. You probably can't order 2 entrees, but you may be able to sneak in an extra appetizer if you want. It's going to be wonderful. Enjoy. Canada said, do you guys get travel insurance or medical insurance or both? We get travel insurance, which covers our medical. Emily Costa said, any tips on what to do for a day that's affordable to make your anniversary? I think I already got that one, hun. Okay. Emily, I already answered your question a little bit earlier. Okay. Let's see here. Adam Rogers, how do you book a behind-the-scenes tour of the cruise ship? Adam, if you don't see it in the daily planner that you're given, go to the front desk and ask them and they can help you. Sometimes they don't advertise it very much, so do that. Mary Powell said, how much did you tip at Nachi Cacombe? I think that we gave our server something like a $10 cash tip, and I think that was pretty much it because there's not a whole lot of other people to tip. S&K Cruising said, what excursion do you recommend for Belize City cruising with Carnival? I think if you want to do it with Carnival, do the Reef Snorkel or Goff's Key. Canada said, what do you think about the current Princess deal? Drinks, gratuities, and Wi-Fi, do you think it's a good deal? From what people are telling me and what I'm seeing, yes, it is. Yes, the price is greater, but it's not inflated to the point where you're paying for all those things. I think it's a really good deal. Justrea said, thanks for sending me information on Alaska excursions. We used your tips and we're all set for July on Ovation. Yay, Justrea, that's awesome. So happy to hear that. Mickey Walser said, which Mexican port has the best prices? If you can get downtown to shop in Puerto Vallarta or the Golden Zone of Mazatlan, those are going to be your best prices. Way Too Funny said, can you take a bottle of Martinelli's apple cider? It depends on the cruise line. If it's on Carnival, yes. Norwegian, no. Princess, yes. Sophie Burns said, what's your favorite cruise line? What status are you in the Crown and Anchor Society? Sophie, we've cruised the most with Princess. We've also cruised a lot with Carnival, but we also love Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, MSC, and Holland America. We've cruised on all of them. I'm not very high up in the Crown and Anchor Society. I don't even know my level. I think I've been on maybe 4 or 5 Royal Caribbean cruises, so not that high. Megan Tyrell said, hi from Brisbane, Australia. I'll be on Radiance of the Seas next year to Hawaii. Do they have fridges in the balcony staterooms? I think that they do, but Radiance is an older ship, so if we have any Royal Caribbean experts in here, please let me know. Okay, guys, we're going to answer questions for 5 more minutes. If I have missed your question tonight, there's a way you can still contact me to get your questions answered, and that is to follow CruiseTipsTV, the page on Facebook, and send me a direct message, and I can help you. So don't get discouraged. We just have to... We can't answer questions all night, although we'd love to. So when it's busy like this, I just want to let you know you can always do that. All right. Adventures of David and Aaron. Question, between Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, and Cabo, if you're looking for an all-inclusive beach day, let's see. What would your recommendation be? The best place to do an all-inclusive beach day would be in Puerto Vallarta. In my opinion, I would book your own hotel at Hyatt Ziva or Now Amber, or just show up to the Marriott in Puerto Vallarta. So Marriott, show up and pay $34 a person. Hyatt Ziva or Now Amber, pay double that. All-inclusive, great days. Take a taxi to get to any of them. Teradize said, any show recommendations for MSC Seaside? It really just depends on your taste. I would just look and see what appeals to you the most on Seaside and go for it. You're going to have a wonderful time, by the way. I'm ready for the next one, Mr. Cruise Tips TV. Katie, I think you can do carry-on only for Alaska. I just saw that question pop in. I think it's doable. I think it's tough, but if you take compression bags and you de-poof all of your jackets and your heavy things, you can. Cara Sotero, do you prefer booking a cruise on your own or via a travel agent? Any difference? Yes, Caris, we always book through a travel agent. There's very few exceptions to that because a travel agent is an expert. They have good deals, they have knowledge, and can help us book our other things like flights and travel insurance. If you need a recommendation, send me a direct message and I can send you the information for our travel agent, our preferred travel agent partner. Canada said, Mendenhall Glacier, do you think just taking a taxi from the port to the glacier is okay? Should you book a tour? They have buses that go out there. I would follow the signs to get one of the buses. You don't need a tour. Definitely do not need a tour. Gary F., first-time Princess Cruiser. March on Island Princess going to Panama Canal. Any recommendations to excursions? Gary F., welcome. Yes, we have a series on the Panama Canal. It's our Caribbean Princess playlist. I want you to go look in the playlist and look for Caribbean Princess Panama Canal. In Cartagena, we really enjoyed doing the horse-drawn carriage. In Limon, we did an amazing tour with a company called Your Lucky Tour that was in Costa Rica. I don't know your other ports though, so check out our videos and watch those. That should help you. Moosey66 said, going to Nassau and Royal in October with 17 female family members between 40 and 60-year-olds. Any suggestions for an excursion? I don't know. Oh, Nassau. Yes, I would do a resort for the day for all of you. Get resort passes and go spend the day at a hotel. Alex the Alex said, we'll be sailing on Oasis and our kids will be 8 and 4. We don't want to see the sloths. Would skipping the port and having a ship day be fun for our family? Yes, it would be great. Do it. Take advantage of all that quiet time on the ship. Michelle Mitchner, taking an 11-night cruise this fall to Southern Caribbean, 6 stops. St. Thomas, St. Lucia, Barbados, St. Croix, Antigua, St. Martin. Which excursions should you plan? I haven't visited any of these places, unfortunately, except St. Martin. I think you can do beach days in a lot of them, island tours in other. So let's go ahead and see what our community has to say about that. Brian Medina said, if you've been to Puerto Rico, what do you recommend? Brian, I haven't been to Puerto Rico, but we have talked about it a few times tonight, and we always tell people to check out the fort and downtown on your first visit. Laura Stout, going on breakaway in 30 days, what to do on Tortola? I highly recommend an excursion to the baths on Virgin Gorda or taking a boat over to Jost Van Dyke for the day, Laura. Canada said, anytime dining, does that mean we can just show up anytime and you'll get a table for 2? Great question, Canada. You should be able to get a table for 2, and yes, you can show up anytime within the allotted time the dining room is open. Just ask them for a table for 2. There may be some waiting. You might have to come back. Deborah Blankenship said, does Princess Cruises have a theme night? I think some Princess Cruises do, but I don't think it's that common, so I'm not sure. Mama Dot said, but the sloths are super awesome. Yeah, I know. I agree, Mom. So good. All right, Hasham Farhat said, I want to book a fun excursion in Labadee and Falmouth. Any suggestions? I don't know. In Labadee, I would do a beach day. I don't have any experience with Labadee. In Falmouth, Jamaica, I would probably do something with the cruise line. I haven't been to Falmouth, but I have been to Ocho Rios. And what we did is we did the Cool Blue Hole with Pete Taylor Tours, P-E-A-T Taylor Tours. Okay. Bill Bayango said, if I put my phone in airplane mode, will I be able to use internet on Princess Medallion class ships? Yes, Bill, absolutely. And they will instruct you to put your phone in airplane mode. That is how it's done. Brian Medina said, what was your experience on Harmony of the Seas? You'll be on Harmony in 85 days. It was awesome, Brian. Go watch our vlogs. We had so much fun. It was crazy. There's so much to do. It's exhausting and fun and wonderful, and the service was great. Michael said, oh, hey, CTTV, we found a great deal for Enchanted Princess this fall, and it's been a few years since we've done Princess. Would you be nervous for a newer ship? What are your thoughts? No way, book it. We're looking at Enchanted too, Michael. Get on that ship. Do not be nervous. Maybe don't book the first sailing if you don't want to be on a shakedown cruise, but I highly recommend it. Okay, Francis said, are you allowed to bring bottles of water or soda on MSC? Check their policy, Francis. I've heard mixed messages on that, so check their website. I would recommend that you do that. All right, Peggy, I don't recommend that you get the key on Royal Caribbean. From all of my research, I don't think it's worth the money, but that's just my personal opinion. Just know that it's my personal opinion, but I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it. Ethan O'Neill said, do you think you'll ever go on a Disney cruise? Is Junior a big Disney fan? No, he's not a Disney fan. We're not really, we don't really spend a lot of time at Disney parks. There's no reason we wouldn't want to go on a Disney cruise. We'd actually love to, but it's pricey and we don't have plans to do it. But we would absolutely, if we could find a deal on it and the time was right, we would totally do it. I mean, come on, a Star Wars cruise, how fun would that be? It'd be great. Serena Lipscomb said, can you get a stamp on your passport in Nassau? I'm not sure, Serena. Maybe somebody here can help. Patty Boy said, recommendations for excursions in Puerto Vallarta. There's so many fun things to do. Zip lining in Puerto Vallarta is great. Las Caletas is great. If you're looking for really high adventure, look at one of the high adventure tours with your cruise line. Okay. Deborah Mays, what is your favorite port? Oh, I have so many, Deborah. I can't even narrow it down. There's so many great places. I mean, we love Tortola in the Caribbean. I love Juneau and Skagway and Ketchikan in Alaska. In Asia, we loved Shimizu. There's just a ton. There's so many. Patty Boy said, is the sanctuary worth the extra cost? I think it probably is. If that's the kind of experience you're looking for, I think it's pretty reasonable. All right, Mr. Cruise Tips TV, we're going to wrap up soon. Pop a few more questions in there for me. And my goodness sakes, we have a lot of people in the house. Shorty, I just saw your question in. Shorty said, thinking about doing an 18-day on Diamond Princess around Japan via Tokyo. I know you guys have been there. Any tips? Oh my goodness sakes, yes. If you're starting in, for hotel tips, if you're starting in Yokohama, we love the Hotel Monterey. The Hotel New Grand also gets good reviews. I could go on and on about tips about Diamond Princess. Enjoy the onsen, the spa. Why can't I remember the name of the spa? I've done a million videos on it and I just blanked out. It is the, the onsen style spa in Diamond Princess. I'm blanking out on the name of it right. Huh? Izumi. Izumi Japanese bath. Good job, honey. Izumi Japanese bath is awesome. Okay. Kaya Pin said, hi, Sherry. Would you book the adult retreat on Princess when going to Alaska? If that's something you'd like to do, I think it'd be great. Secure a nice calm spot for glacier viewing, although Princess is wonderful and usually calm anyway, so you should be able to find a good seat if you don't want to spend the money. Brian Gowd said, Princess or Norwegian for Alaska, have you done a land and sea tour? We'd love to do a land and sea tour. It's on my wish list for the next few years. I really want to do that, Brian. For me, I'm more of a Princess girl for Alaska, but I think Norwegian Bliss and Joy are incredible ships for Alaska, but I like classic Alaska cruising on Princess. I like the abundance of hot tubs with beautiful views and the covered heated pools. Deborah needs tips on St. Martin and St. Kitts. Guys, let's help her out. Cosmic Unicorn, best month to buy cruise tickets. Now is a good time. We're in wave season right now, Cosmic Unicorn. Good prices and good deals out there. Farmer in the Dale, going in February on Seaside in the Yacht Club. Any benefit to booking the specialty dining? I mean, if you're dining in the Yacht Club, you still have to pay for specialty dining outside the Yacht Club. So the benefit would be just getting outside the Yacht Club and experiencing it. I think teppanyaki is wonderful on the ship, so it's kind of up to you. And if you want to have that experience. All right, guys. I need to wrap up here soon. Canada, I see you've got some questions coming in. We're not going to have time to get to them tonight, but I want all of you to know that you can message me over on Facebook. You can also enroll in the Cruise Tips TV Academy for more information. If you're a first-time cruiser, go to CruiseTipsTV.com. Click on the tutorials tab and use the code ALLABOARD for $5 off. That's a discount for our live streamers. We would love to help you out with packing lists, planning lists, and instructional videos. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to all of our OG cruisers in the house helping out with answering questions tonight and providing moral support for all of us. We will try to do a ton of live streams this winter, you guys. We're all cold and dreaming of cruises. Let's get together more often. Thank you for being here. Until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Good night and have a great weekend.
Cruiser of the Week!
Hey, click me to subscribe.